Are you looking for a fun, creative idea to do with your one-on-one students or your classes too? I have an adaptable, useful, and fun activity for you to do in today's video. Let's go. Hey there, English teachers. Jesse here from Sweet Academy, and I want to help you in the classroom. And today I have a fun activity for you to do. Maybe you've done it or something like this with your classes, but maybe you haven't, so I want to tell you about it. And basically it's describing a photo. Have you done this in your classes already? So you get partners, pair up the students together. One person can see the screen in the front of the room, the other partner can't. And the person who can see the screen describes the picture while their partner draws what they describe. And then they compare the pictures to see how well they did. Have you done something like that? If you haven't, it's a great activity for lower intermediate, advanced, because there's a lot of language there. There's a lot of vocabulary and many pictures that we kind of skip over. There's position, how to describe things. I mean, even if you're a native speaker, try this with a friend. It's not as easy as you think. So it would work great with advanced students too. But I want to give you some tricks about how to use this in one-on-one classes and how to bring it in 2019, right? So option one is look at the board like I just described. Pair students up in your classroom, look at the board. But option two is everyone has their phones in the class, right? Most students have their phones, especially if they're teenagers, because you're probably used to telling them to put their phones away. Well, in this version, we're going to ask them to take out their phones and open up Instagram. Yeah, open up Instagram. So take out your phones, open up Instagram, and find a picture. And if they don't have Instagram, like many adult students, some adult students don't have Instagram, well then open up your photo gallery or something like that, right? But look at a personal photo that you would look at normally. And it makes this activity even more personal. And then they would choose a photo, describe their photo for like a minute, only give them a minute. Using times, especially in classes, time limits is so useful. So be sure you give them a minute and then have them compare, right? And then switch. Their partner does this. And that's what I want to do with our one-on-one students too. When you have a one-on-one student, I did this. I teach at a big, giant law office, right? I teach the partners one-on-one private classes. And I've done this with them and they love it. So don't think your students are too advanced or too mature for this, right? They'll love it. So they open up Instagram and find a photo, and then instead of their partner, I'm their partner. So then I will draw what they say, right? You can do two options. You can just have them describe it and then afterwards describe their mistakes, or kind of guide them along the way of how to describe it the best way, right? Like asking, what's behind the man with a surprised look on his face, right? So let's try this. I'm going to open up Instagram. I want you to get a pen and a paper and draw what I describe. I'm going to describe this photo. Well, it looks like an old photo because it's black and white, and the style of the photo, it looks old. And it's a boy, probably about 15, 16, 17 years old, a teenage boy, sitting on a drum, a bass drum, and there's a saxophone next to him. He's propped up on the saxophone, and it's standing up, and he has his arm on the saxophone. He's sitting on the drum, on the bass drum, with his knee up in the air, like propped on the drum, with his elbow resting on his knee. Kind of like the thinking man position, right? So his hand is on his chin, his elbow's on his knee, and he's sitting on a drum. In the background, there's not much. It's just, it looks like a curtain with some sort of smattering design, maybe flowers or something like that. On the drum, you can see the words the Konrads, KON-RADS. And this is your photo. So if you did that, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a picture of your photograph, put it on Instagram, and tag me at Sweet Academy and see how close it was to this photo. And that's actually, I don't know if you can see it, David Bowie at, I think, 15 years old, David Bowie. And this is actually in a channel, in a page that I follow called History and Pics, P-I-X. It's a really fun page to follow. But this is a cool activity to do with your one-on-one adult classes or teen classes, right? Maybe even kids classes, depending on their level and how old they are, like 7, 8, 9. That might be cool. So the question is, what is this good for? There's a lot of language to work with this, like obviously vocabulary, right? Specific vocabulary that maybe they might skip over, right? Even like simple things like kitchen items. Those are common things that many even advanced students have trouble with because we just kind of don't think about it, right? Also positions, next to, on, sitting on, behind, on the left, on the right. And also phrases of speculation like, I think, it looks like, it appears to be, it seems, right? All of these things are perfect for building fluency. So try this in your classes, in your one-on-one classes, or your classes, and let me know how it goes. If you have teens classes, when you say take out your phones and open Instagram, they're going to be mind blown. But that's what we're doing. That's how we impact classes, and that's how we have students enjoy their time. That's the point, right? We want them to enjoy their time. We want our classrooms to be comfortable, not a dictatorship, right? Sometimes it's necessary. Anyway, again, try this activity and let me know how it goes. And let me know if you have any special touches or ideas to go along with this activity that you can share below. Keep teaching, keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.